Have you ever looked someone in the eyes and just felt they weren't telling the truth? Like your gut was screaming, but you couldn't explain why? Now, imagine if you had real tools to confirm that feeling. Because the FBI does. They've trained for decades, reading body language, spotting inconsistencies, and detecting lies under pressure. And in the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn exactly how they do it. Here's something wild. On average, people lie at least once a day. Some lies are harmless, like, "I love your haircut." Others, they're cold, calculated, and meant to protect the liar or manipulate you. And you don't need to be in an interrogation room to deal with lies. They show up in job interviews, in relationships, even with friends. Knowing when someone's lying isn't about being paranoid. It's about being prepared. Let's say you suspect someone's hiding something. You ask, "How was last night?" Vague question. Easy out. But what if you asked, "What kept you out so late last night?" That's called a negative assumption question. It puts pressure on them to explain specifics. And lies? They live in the details. A liar will now scramble to build a fake story with logic holes and cracks. But here's the twist. You must stay calm, warm, curious. If they feel attacked, they'll shut down or get defensive. But if they feel safe, they'll talk, and that's when lies fall apart. Right after you ask a question, watch them like a hawk. You've got 5 seconds. That's the window where the truth or the lie starts leaking out. Look for a sudden pause, looking away, touching the face or rubbing the neck, dodging the actual question. Those tiny signals, individually, they mean nothing. But if 2 or more pop up at once, that's a cluster. And the FBI knows clusters equals deception risk. They're trying to build a lie on the fly. And their body always betrays them first. Every person has a baseline, a normal way they act when they're relaxed. FBI agents start by chatting casually, neutral topics like sports, traffic, or how was your weekend. Why? They're mapping the baseline, voice tone, hand movement, eye contact, speech speed. Then they pivot to something uncomfortable. And here's the magic. If their body suddenly acts different, like stiff posture or breaking eye contact, that change is the clue. Your best friend suddenly won't look at you? That's a tell. Something's off. This one's sneaky and so satisfying when it works. Let's say someone says, "Yeah, I went to the gym yesterday." A few minutes later, casually ask, "What workout did you do yesterday?" If the story changes, even slightly, boom, you've caught them juggling 2 different lies. Because liars often forget the exact details they made up. They were trying to pass the first test. They didn't expect a follow-up. It's like cross-checking 2 fake passports. Eventually, something won't match. ... Liars get nervous, and nervous people use soft language. Listen for these escape words. I think, maybe, I guess, sort of. These words give them space to retreat if they're questioned. They don't want to lock into a lie they can't untangle. But if someone keeps saying, "Maybe I did," or "I think that happened," especially during key parts of their story, you've got a red flag. Truth is clear. Lies are foggy. Ever ask a question and suddenly they talk about something else entirely? That's called diversion. Let's say you ask, "Why didn't you text me back last night?" And they respond, "Man, my phone's been acting weird. Actually, did you see the Lakers game?" Classic liar move. They're steering the ship into safer waters. FBI agents call this escape through context. It's not what they say, it's what they're avoiding. Stay focused. Bring it back. Right, but about last night. Here's where you hit hard. In the middle of their story, interrupt them. Wait, what were you doing just before that? You're increasing their cognitive load, forcing them to switch mental gears while still juggling a lie. And if they get flustered, mix up their timeline, add new random details, you've exposed the instability of the lie. Then say, okay, go on, and let them continue. If their story doesn't sync back up, they're done. This is next-level mind games. Slip in a false detail to test their reaction. You said it was Tuesday, but that store's always closed on Tuesdays. A truthful person will correct you instantly. Wait, no, it was Wednesday, not Tuesday. But a liar? They'll agree just to go along and not rock the boat. Why? They're scared of sounding inconsistent. But the truth doesn't fear being corrected. Lies do. Lies often collapse under time. Ask, when did you leave? When did you get there? Then run the math in your head. If they said they drove 45 minutes in 15 minutes or did 6 tasks in 10 minutes, something's wrong. Liars think in events. Truth-tellers think in time. So a fake story usually doesn't fit the clock. You now know the tools that FBI agents literally use in federal investigations. But the final tool is you. Your gut is built to sense danger, so if a story feels off, it probably is. Stack these techniques, read between the lines, and trust your intuition. Have you ever caught someone in a lie? Drop it in the comments. Let's compare war stories. Like this? Hit subscribe and ring that bell for more mind-hacking videos. This isn't just content. This is your secret weapon.